when I walked into that shop of the other luthier 20 years ago, there was just this passion that I thought, this is what I want to do, and I just like to do it. I mean, when I'm ready with one instrument, I think, okay, next one, because I just like to make basses. I just like to do it, that's it. Hey there, Sander De Gier here from the Gier Guitars and Basses from the Netherlands. I've been building guitars and basses for about 20 years, and in this video we're going to talk about my company and about the basses that I built. About 20 years ago I walked into this workshop of another luthier, and I just immediately felt and knew that this was what I wanted to do. So within a year I started my own company, and well, one thing led to another. I kind of grew a little bit, and then I got an employee, and later I got another employee, and we tried to sell our instruments through a dealer network, and we just wanted to grow a little bit. But now, since a few years, I decided I'd like to downscale again, because I like to work with my hands. I like to do everything that goes into making a bass. I like to do it all myself, instead of being busy with planning and managing and administration and buying and selling and all things. That's all needed, of course, but I just want to get dirty with wood dust again. So that's what I did. In the early years, I got a lot of requests for custom instruments that people had made a little drawing on a little paper and asked me to build it. But they were sometimes a little bit unsure about the quality that I would deliver. So I had to make a few guitars just for display purposes to show to people what I was capable of building. And eventually, those first few unordered models, they eventually led to me designing the 4 bass models that I offer now. This is the first model that I created. It is called Origin, and I just wanted to make a bass that could be many different things. So here is a version which is a two-tone sunburst with a pickguard, maple neck. It's a kind of classic look, but I can make the same bass, for instance, with this kind of look, with nice woods and bindings and inlays and wooden covers for pickups. I just wanted this to be a multifunctional template, so that as many different kind of players could fine-tune this bass to their own desired specs. And it's most of the time it's a bass with passive pickups and a preamp. It's a 24-fret bass, 4-string, 5-string, 6-string. It's just a very versatile design to accommodate as many wishes as possible. This model was my second bass model that I designed. I called it Elevation, because for me it was the next step. It was a step higher, it was a step up. I discovered that when you attach the neck to the body all the way up to here, that this kind of works like a natural compressor. It makes the normal string balance that's a little bit uneven, it makes it even. So yeah, I have the association with a compressor that kind of does the same thing. It's very different from a bolt-on neck, for instance, sound-wise. So this bass has its own tonality, it's in its own class, and I like to make it exclusive with nice woods and bindings and wood covers. It's really an exceptional design. Well, the next one is this one. It's my bebop model. I mean, it's obviously very much inspired by jazz bass. It was a strange development. Customers had been asking me for many years if I would build a bass like this, and I was always unsure if I wanted to do that or not. Until one day I realized if a lot of my customers really want me to build this bass for them, why am I not building it? And so I thought, well, maybe I just make a prototype and then see if it works. Or so I did that. I made a prototype, and the funny thing was, I was exhibiting at the jazz festival, and I was asking the players there if they could comment on the bass, give their input, so that I have something to work on to improve it. And then something I never imagined, but we got in contact with Marcus Miller. He played on the bass and he bought it on the spot. So I was overwhelmed, but I also thought, well, I guess I'm done with improving. I'm just going to leave it as it is. If Marcus likes it, then it's probably a good bass. And to my utter amazement, the next day, Richard Bona ordered one. So all of a sudden, I was kind of pushed into the market for these kind of basses. And this is my, I call it my reinterpretation of a classic, of a jazz bass. There's a lot of similarities, but also a few really extra special things that make this my bass. As for controls, we have the traditional volume tone knobs. What's special on this bass is that the tone knob is a push-pull. It activates a different capacitor, so it's both passive treble roll-off, but a little different. This is more modern and push is a little more vintage. And the last knob is our fat boost. It's an active bass boost. If you boost it, you get, let's say, about 3 to 4 dB extra bass boost, just to beef up the sound a little bit. In this bass, our Aguilar AG60 pickups, we offer 5 kind of pickups for our bebop. 5 different brands. Each brand has its own character. So depending on the wish of the customer, the goal of the instrument, together we decide which pickup will match best for this particular bass. One of the special features of these basses are the small frets. I had noticed over the years that many vintage basses had these small frets. And when I started putting them on these basses, I got very good responses from the players. So I've been doing it all the time. This is the 4th model that I offer. It's called Soulmate. Again, it's a reinterpretation of a classic, of a precision bass, of course. when I designed this model, the main thing I focused on was designing the neck. Because on a vintage precision there's a wide neck, nowadays often there's a narrow neck. And to me the wide neck was really essential to what a precision stands for. The wide neck with the wide string spacing kind of forces you to play the groove and to work on your timing, and it's a little less inviting to play a lot of notes. It's not a race bass, but it forces you to focus on making music. And that was to me the essence of this bass. And one feature that's unique about this bass is the radius of the fingerboard. A vintage radius typically is 7¼ inch all over the fingerboard. And I wanted a compound radius because it's easier adjusting. So what I did is I made it a little rounder here. It's a radius of 6½ inch. And I made it compound to go to 8 inch here. So it's very near to the original 7¼ radius, but still it is compound. So you get this really vintage feel of the neck, but still as far as adjustment, you can set it up very low without buzzing. Well, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to know more about the Gier basses, you can visit our website, GierGuitars.com, or our Facebook page. If you're in the neighborhood, you're welcome here. We are open Monday to Friday from 9 to 5. You can send an email, you can make a phone call. I'm there. Okay, bye bye.